How dare I? How dare I? Dr. Banks. This is my new time slot, sir. They're conflicting with. I'm not conflicting with them. They're conflicting with me. Okay, it's not my fault that they've gone over an hour. All right, they started at 8 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock for me. That's not my fault. If Culture War wants to run into my showtime, that sounds like a them problem, not a me problem. Because the whole reason I switched from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. was because I wanted to avoid Steven Crowder's time slot. It is what it is. I'm not too worried about it. What are they talking about on the Culture War today? Even, what are they talking about on the Culture War? Aren't they talking about the conspiracy theories around Charlie Kirk's murder, assassination? I'm pretty sure that's what they're talking about today. Let's see. What are they talking about on the Culture War? Who really killed Charlie Kirk? Yeah, who really killed Charlie Kirk? Truth behind Kirk assassination. With Tim Pool. Who does he have on? Is Myron Gaines and who else? Can't even see. Oops. Effing made it on time. Hell yeah. What's up? Yes, it's gay. Charlie, Myron, oh, Myron Gaines is a moron. Yes, Myron Gaines is a moron. Yes. Yes, we can all agree there. He is absolutely a moron. He's moronic. But yeah, how's it going, guys? We got the show titled today. We got it. What did I title it today? Surfing through headlines into the weekend. Mata? Oh God, he has that guy on. Oh no, yeah, no, thank you. So we're surfing through headlines into the weekend. So what I'm gonna start doing on these Friday shows is I'm gonna do what I normally do the night before, but I'm just gonna do it on stream with you guys. And what I mean by that is the night before these streams, what I've been doing is I've been just pulling up all the normal news sites that I like to go through, and I will just scroll through them, finding stories that I find interesting. And I think what I'm going to do on Friday to make it easier on myself, that and Fridays are supposed to be a little bit more relaxed and stuff, I'm just going to do that, but on stream. So then you guys could see the process and how I find all these news articles and stuff. So we're going to start with CNN. We're going to start with CNN. So let's see what CNN has for us in terms of news today, guys. And I don't have the window up. Ignore that. That's just oops. Ignore that. Hang on. We're going to start with CNN. Let's see. CNN right here. Yeah. All right, so what does CNN have for us? Let's see. I got a few different headlines here. It says Trump says there will be others prosecuted after Comey. I sure hope that he does that. Delegates walk out on Netanyahu's speech. That's pretty hilarious. That's a lot of people, damn. Well, yeah, good. Israel's prime minister pledges an address to finish the job of eliminating Hamas in Gaza. No, what he means is he's just going to take over the area. Watch the latest CNN headlines. This one caught my eye while I was waiting for you guys, or waiting for the time. Archaeologists have uncovered a sunken ancient Egyptian port. Is it connected to Cleopatra? CNN doesn't always have the best articles, but, if it's a non-political article, usually they're pretty good. Let's see, how long is this one? Ooh, this is a pretty long one. All right, here, let's go through some of it. This sounds interesting. I like the title. They caught my eye. I like the title. All right, we got this from CNN. Archaeologists have uncovered a sunken ancient Egyptian port. Is it connected to Cleopatra? So CNN has this one. The discovery of a sunken port off the coast of Egypt may offer a puzzle piece in the long-standing search for Cleopatra's lost tomb and glimpses into the country's ancient maritime activity, according to researchers. A team of underwater archaeologists, including National Geographic explorer Kathleen Martinez and National Geographic explorer at large Bob Ballard. That's an interesting explorer at large Bob Ballard. Okay. Uncovered rows of towering structures that may have been columns reaching over 20 feet, 6 meters high, within the Mediterranean Sea. The researchers also found evidence of polished stone floors, cemented blocks, ship anchors, and tall storage jars called amphorae, all dated to the time of Cleopatra. The team found the port after tracing a previously unearthed tunnel spanning 4,281 feet that appeared to link the site of the ancient temple of Topo-Sirius Magna, about 30 miles west of Alexandria, to the sea. Martinez believes Topo-Sirius Magna is a key location in relation to Cleopatra's burial, although many archaeologists disagree with her hypothesis. The findings were announced on September 18th by the Egyptian Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities, published by National Geographic, and aired on its documentary called Cleopatra's Final Secret, now streaming on Disney Plus and Hulu. Quote, I've been doing this for 50 years. I've been underwater. I have never seen anything like this. This is clearly what it looks like to be man-made, said Ballard of the underwater structures in the documentary. The renowned oceanographer, a senior scientist emeritus in applied ocean physics and engineering at the Woods Hole Oceanographic Institution of Massachusetts, found the wreck of the RMS Titanic in 1985. The discovery of the tomb of Cleopatra will be one of the biggest discoveries of the century. Since the ancient Egyptians speak to us through their tombs, I believe that she should have all the important information that she wanted us to know about her time, about the way she thinks. So they're looking for things. So they're saying that this is an anchor. It's an anchor all covered in like, you know, plant matter and stuff. Now, multiple anchors were found at the site. So this is just one of the anchors. How do they know it's from ancient Egypt, though? Despite her short life of 39 years, Cleopatra made an impact on the ancient world as one of a handful of female rulers and the last pharaoh of Egypt. Cleopatra was born in Alexandria in 69 BC, crowned queen at the age of 18, and died in 30 BC after being defeated by Octavian, also known as Emperor Augustus and the founder of the Roman Empire, during the Battle of Actium in 31 BC. As part of their victory, the Romans destroyed images of Cleopatra so that she would be forgotten, and only 7 statues survived that appeared to depict the queen, Martinez said. Quote, Cleopatra is a mystery, and she also became a myth. There's so many questions raised about her, even how she looked. So the discovery of her tomb, if it's intact, will answer all of those questions. Rather than allowing herself to be captured by the Romans, legend has it that Cleopatra let a poisonous poisonous asp bite her in Alexandria, according to the documentary, but the exact circumstances of her death remain unknown. So it just goes on and on talking about that. So the search for Cleopatra's tomb, the Egyptian Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities said last December in a social media post that Martinez and her team also made new discoveries beneath the southern wall of Topoceros Magna in the outer enclosure. The researchers uncovered 337 coins, with many depicting Cleopatra's face, as well as pottery and limestone vessels intended to hold food and cosmetics, statues, a bronze ring dedicated to the goddess Hathor, and an amulet shaped like a scarab with the inscription, "The Justice of Ra has shown." Interesting. So they actually haven't found it yet, but it looks like they're researching all the stuff that they found underwater. Really cool. Super cool. CNN should do more articles like this, because this stuff's actually really interesting. They clearly can't do politics. Like, this is a really well thought out article, well done article. I just wish that they did news like this. But they don't do news like this. You know, they just they always put their own spin on it or lie. Hopefully they're not doing that here, but it seems like a pretty good article. Let me share that over to the Discord. There we go. Share that to the Discord in case I want to make a video about this later. What are you guys saying in the chat? CNN's non-political articles are generally pretty good. Shame their political coverage isn't held to the same standard. Yep, exactly. You mean Egypt is old and has old things? I know, crazy. Cleopatra is closer to the iPhone than pyramids being built. Yeah, that is crazy to think about. That's a fact. That is absolutely crazy to think about. What I also wonder is, like, how do they know that she has a tomb if the Romans came through and destroyed everything? How do they know how do we even know she has a tomb? Asp is a type of viper or a type of poisonous caterpillar. It can reference both. So an asp references both vipers and caterpillars. Okay, that's odd. All right, we're gonna move things along. We're gonna move things along. What other articles does CNN have? What other articles do they have? Clock ticking in the southeast as the next tropical threat looms. CNN underscored. What? Gas dermatology. Okay, that's just like ad stuff. See the 5 types of independence with big implications for American politics. There's different types of independence. I don't care. How billionaire Larry Ellison evolved in to become a Trump. I don't care. she was the world's oldest person living on 117. What do her genes reveal about the secret of longevity? Probably not to eat chemicals and take care of yourself. Or eating chocolate, drinking alcohol. I don't know. Everyone has their own secret. Politics. Pentagon adds exemption to requirement for all troops to get the flu shot. Okay. As Trump seeks death penalty in D.C., Bondi says administration also wants it across the country. Yes, death penalty should be reserved for those that deserve it. Trump signs executive order on TikTok deal, but the deal isn't complete. Yeah, that sounds about right. I was talking about that yesterday. Guys, the whole TikTok stuff with Trump is just ridiculous. I don't know what's going on there. As per usual, though, I don't spend a lot of time on CNN. They typically put everything good up front, and they just suck. Like, look at the way they even lay out their articles. If I go to US, that's what I'm gonna do today. I'm just gonna critique the way that these people do articles. Because I mean, like, what is this? Camp Mystic plans to reopen after flooding killed 27 people, and one girl's body has yet to be found. Yikes. You guys are planning on reopening. A truck driver not paying attention caused a chain reaction crash that killed 6 people and injured 41. Doesn't surprise me. ICE officer seen pushing woman to the floor at immigration courthouse is relieved of his current duties. That's wow, CNN. That's quite the image to share of that person. That's crazy. Why you gotta do her like that? Why you gotta do her like that? That's crazy. You guys talking about the stuff from yesterday? Travis Decker confirmed dead after DNA results show human remains belong to fugitive. I don't know. CNN just sucks at doing articles. This layout. You know what's even worse than CNN's layout? Frickin' Newsmax. Newsmax sucks. Newsmax frickin' sucks. Look at the way they lay out these articles. Like, and then it gets smaller. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like the way they do this. What if I just go over to politics? Just tell me about politics today, Newsmax. Trump signs order for death penalty in D.C. President Trump is signing an executive order that instructs his top prosecutors to seek the death penalty in all appropriate cases in Washington. Were they not already doing that? And what happens if a judge doesn't obey that? Rick Perry's Fermi data center eyes $13 billion evaluation. Judge Newsmax, DOJ has weak case against Comey. No, they don't. Son's name is... What? How do you say that? It was Egypt. It was most likely the snake. The Egyptians worshipped snakes. Oh, we have cesarean section surgeries because Cleopatra had a son with Caesar, and their son was ruled until he was killed. Ruler of Egypt. Son's name is Caesarion. That's crazy. So a C-section. California repeals electric truck rule for private fleets. Ooh. Voted to repeal the state's zero-emission purchasing rule for private fleets, which has the last piece of Golden State's aggressive push. Electrification of the trucking sector. Yes, but they're still doing other stupid things like taxing people for every mile they drive, what was the other one? They're preventing the sale of gas cars for the average person. So like, does that really do anything? Biden judge can't save Comey. Florida AG threatens lawsuits over Turning Point USA bans at schools. Sorry, I'm still waking up a little bit. Germany welcomes Trump's opposition to Israel annexing West Bank. Yeah, Germany's been going against that stuff. That doesn't surprise me. Declassified docs tie Comey to false statements. Wait, weren't we just talking about an art? Where was it? Where was that article? Hang on. Didn't someone just Judge Napolitano? However the fuck you say that. DOJ has weak case against Comey, and then we go down here, and then it said that where is it again? Declassified docs tie Comey to false statements. So there you go. You have a weak case, and then I scroll down a little bit further, and it's like, oh, and then we have these declassified documents that actually prove he was lying. I don't even have to read these stupid articles. Mike Huckabee to Newsmax. Trump right to rebuke Macron. I don't care. It's a bunch of stuff I don't care about. Guys, if I pass by an article you want me to read, please say something. I love old history. Did Anna Kasparian yell at someone on the news? I saw a headline but didn't look into it. Looked like it was worth watching for the lulz. Yeah, I think something did happen there. Here, let's see. Tim talked about it last night. Anna Kasparian. I think that's how you spell that. Let's see. Whoa, okay, I don't know what's going on there. I gotta be careful when I'm scrolling through Twitter. Let's see.
And that she was conflating that with the story that I do believe has credibility, and that's that Charlie Kirk is facing pressure from, Zionist donors. Okay. But then upon reflecting on this Her Take segment, I realized that no, Jillian wanted to not deny that story as well. And I disagree with that wholeheartedly.
Okay, wait. So what are we talking about? Jillian Michaels. So that's who I'm really looking for. Jillian Michaels. Let's see. Is it going to show? Do we have the clip of her walking off?
Netanyahu is a bad guy.
This is not for me. I'm not interested in this.
Okay, I know.
I know. Sorry.
Let's be good. Let's be good about precious Israel. Let the country commit a genocide. Yeah. Okay.
Zero. I think you guys agree. I fundamentally disagree with you about.
Watch Zionist podcaster Jillian Michaels lose her.
Zionist podcaster? Oh god, shut the fuck up.
Netanyahu is a bad guy.
This is not for me.
Pro-Israeli Jillian Michael, whatever. All these biased fuckers.
Netanyahu is a bad guy.
I don't care.
Netanyahu is a bad guy.
This is not for me.
Whatever.
I'm not interested in this.
Okay, I know.
Everyone's sharing the same fucking clip. Can I find the one where like the original? Can I find the original?
Netanyahu is a bad guy.
Okay, here. I'm gonna go to YouTube. Jillian Michaels. I'm gonna go to YouTube on this one. Everyone's just sharing the same gay ass clip with the same gay ass music. Yeah, Jillian Michaels rage quits. Is this the clip Jillian Michaels after Netanyahu is criticized? Sure. Okay, now it's some other person talking about it. Can I just get the clip? I just want the clip. Speaks out after new big. No. Nope. Man. Okay, so yeah. Let's see. Maybe Tim had it. Tim probably commented on it because he was talking about it last night. Let's go to Tim. Tim Pool. Timothy Pool. Michaels is a fitness coach. Wickham, go watch it. It's a damn good rant. It was over the Israel debate. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm trying to find here. Do you think we are in civil war, civil strife? Neither. It's normal. No, we're in civil war, man. Civil war. This is the beginnings of the civil war, like I was saying yesterday. Beginnings of the civil war. Did Tim share that? No, he didn't. Oh, so this is Tim's political compass test. Here, I'll pull up mine. I did mine. I did mine yesterday. Let's see. Not that it really matters because these tests are very biased. Like incredibly biased. Okay, open link. This is mine. I'm like almost centered. I'm like right on the corner of the square for libertarian and left. Which I try to be somewhere around the center here. You want to be somewhere around the center. That's usually where you want to be. So I think I'm perfect. I'm perfect as always. Perfect as always. Oh crap. No, that's for the end. You guys weren't supposed to see that. We do not the B or the B later. That was for later, guys. You weren't supposed to see that. Jillian Michaels. All right, let's just go back. I guess we're just gonna have to deal with the shitty clips that people are sharing. All right, whatever. Let's
interested
watch it.
in this.
Okay, I know. I know.
Sorry.
Let's be good. Let's be good about precious Israel.
Lose her.
Cover this, and you guys insisted. And I told you
Israel.
Wait, please do not get it.
No, because I didn't want to cover this, and you guys insisted. And I told you cover this shit, I'm gonna rip you apart. Told you cover this shit, I'm gonna rip you apart.
It turns out, by her own admission in the studio and later in a furious tweet.
What does it say here? I want to address why I chose to step off the most recent segment of Her Take. I have sat through many conversations that were highly critical of Israel, and I have never shied away. I've never shied away from hearing different views on the topic. However, I do not want to participate in discussion that centers on unfounded conspiracy theories that would inadvertently stoke the fires of anti-Semitism. I think it's dangerous, irresponsible, and not something I'm willing to participate in. I expressed deep concern prior to the show with the other host, but when it became clear that the segment would proceed despite my objections, I felt the best choice was for me to leave the segment.
Jillian Michaels had been pressuring her co-hosts to keep Israel off the show.
Oh, wait, here, Boosh sent me. Here, we're gonna use Boosh. I trust Boosh. Okay, so this is Anna reacts. Okay, so let's watch this.
Comes at a significant cost to my career, Jillian, as you voiced some concern about.
Where's your proof that $150 million was offered from Bibi Netanyahu?
No, I'm referring.
Where is the proof?
Please do not get any.
No, because I didn't want to cover this, and you guys insisted. And I
Because
told
it's
you,
what the
you
most
cover this. I'm
about.
gonna rip you apart. Where is the proof?
We're not
that
saying that
Bibi
it happened.
Netanyahu
We're really
offered
not
Charlie
saying that it
$150 million. This is not for me. I'm not interested in this.
Okay,
I love you
know.
guys.
I know.
I'm sorry.
Let's be good.
I
Let's
have
be good
zero
about precious
interest
Israel. Let the
in
country
fucking
committing a
every
genocide.
show.
Yeah. Well, as you just saw from that video, Jillian Michaels, who co-hosts Her Take along with me, Amy Dangerfield, and Lindy Lee.
These fucking snakes, man. These fucking, look, she did this show. She's like, oh, she didn't want to talk. And then here she is making a whole react video about it. Fucking snakes, bro.
Quit with her and essentially did so while we were live. Now, keep in mind, Jillian Michaels was the lead host of that show. So she abandoned it while we were airing live. And I want to explain exactly what happened from my point of view, while doubling down on what I believe about some of the rumors and some of the theories floating around about Charlie Kirk's assassination and these allegations that Israel, played a role in his assassination.
Oh God, these people are idiots. Look, okay, so what I'll say on this, on the Jillian Michaels thing, if you just don't want to talk about Israel and like what's going on over there, too bad. Like that we are involved. Like that is something that we should talk about. But if she didn't want to be included in a conversation where they're talking about conspiracy theories relating to Charlie Kirk being assassinated by Israel, yeah, I wouldn't want to be a part of that conversation either. It's an unfounded conspiracy theory. It actually is, and it has no benefit to any conversation. Those of you that think Netanyahu or Israel had anything to do with Charlie Kirk's assassination, I'm sorry. Your IQ is lower than room temperature. There's nothing there. There's literally nothing. I'm one of the people that's like, hey, the Jews are involved. No, not here, not this time. There's nothing that would lead me to believe that. And the people that are saying that, you guys are just, get out of the conspiracies. Get out of the conspiracy, you guys. Sometimes it is just a conspiracy. Conspiracies don't always come true. It's just a conspiracy. Until you've got evidence, you need to shut the fuck up. I am going to react to some of this, though. This is kind of funny.
Now, I
drama.
want to be very clear right off the bat. I do not believe that there is any evidence drawing a direct connection between Charlie Kirk's assassination and Israel.
Thank you. That's all you needed to say. I don't care what she has to say after that. That's all you needed to say. There is no direct evidence. That's all you need to say. Lead up to the crash out is about 7 minutes in. Oh no, there's a crash out? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, because do they play the full thing? Is that what it is? Here.
Kirk was still very much supportive of Israel, which is absolutely true. Take a look.
He is saying he's being criticized for giving an audience to people like Dave Smith. He is not saying that he is changing his mind and thinks the Jews are evil.
No, he wasn't changing his mind.
But I want to be real clear here.
No, but
because
no
I
one's
think this
saying
is
that.
dangerous, and I want to be deadly accurate if we're gonna have this conversation. So that's what he was talking about. It's about the fact that Dave Smith, he gave him an audience at Turning Point, and he was being criticized for having people who didn't agree, like Tucker, on the stage.
On the stage.
He wasn't saying,
So the
I have
donors-
changed my mind here, and I'm being attacked.
So basically, he's getting this pressure from donors, which led to that meeting in the Hamptons with Bill Ackman, because Bill Ackman apparently wasn't happy with it either. But you guys also have to understand that there is a trend now with young conservatives who are not supportive of Israel or not as supportive as previous generations.
So at this point, I'm under the assumption that we're all on the same page because
Shut up,
you
Anna.
just heard Jillian Michaels
Shut up, Anna.
Kelly on her show. of influence, but she had
$150 million was offered from.
evidence of it. And she was very stuck on this point. Okay, so let's take a look at that part of the conversation.
Where's your proof that $150 million was offered from Bibi Netanyahu?
No, I'm referring.
Where is the proof?
Please do not get.
No, because I didn't want to cover this, and you guys insisted, and I told you cover the.
Hang on, this is so disingenuous. This is so disingenuous. Like I can't even give a proper opinion on this because we don't even know what the fucking Asian lady said. What did she say prior to this that set her off? All we know is she said something about $150 million being offered from Netanyahu. I would love the context of that. Does anyone have the context of that? Because like, if it turns out where she was like, oh well, you know, Bibi Netanyahu offered $150 million to the shooter. If she said some dumb shit like that, yeah, I'd probably rage out too.
I'm gonna rip you apart. Where is the proof?
We're not
that
saying
Bibi
that it happened.
Netanyahu
We're really
offered
not
Charlie
saying that it
$150 million.
Jillian,
So we're not.
Bibi Netanyahu offered Charlie Kirk $150 million. Did she say that? Look, I might have a crash out too if someone said some dumb shit like that. Just saying.
Okay, so
what we're reporting on is now people in the marketplace, what they're saying. This is a discussion that's happening literally everywhere. We would be remiss if we didn't cover it to debunk it.
This conversation.
It's
over
a week.
It's
still pretty prevalent.
Guys, we have to cover it so we could rebuke it. You guys aren't rebuking it. You're just talking about it as if like, oh well, what if it actually happened? You're not rebuking anything. What do you? Women.
Is a week old.
It's still going on, Jillian.
Okay, well, nevertheless, where is the proof that actually happened?
I just said, according to this guy's reporting, he was offered $150 million.
Okay,
that wasn't it also corroborated by Candace?
It was corroborated by Candace, and not only that, by Nick.
Some guy who's reporting that it doesn't pull up the article, doesn't say who it is. And then this dumb bitch over here is like, well, it was corroborated by Candace. Yeah, Candace is a fucking idiot too, so.
And also
okay, because listen, I like Candace. She has people from his own team have said he has not seen her in years.
And yet last year they were on tour together.
Okay, no one has reported that Benjamin Netanyahu personally has offered or had offered Turning Point USA $150 million. There was reporting that pro-Zionist donors offered a cash infusion and that Charlie Kirk rejected that, along with Benjamin Netanyahu's trip. He offered a trip for Charlie Kirk to visit Israel again. Now, we all know what those trips to Israel are all about. It's basically re-education camp. Don't you know better than that? You shouldn't be critical of. I mean, he wasn't even really all that critical of Israel, to be honest. For the ongoers pressuring him as conservatives traditionally in that video.
Oh my God.
The president, without it, Lindy, it just did various 3 versus 1. But I never threatened anybody, and I never told anyone that I'm going to rip them apart. So at this point, I lose my patience.
Shut up.
And I want to clear.
She meant rip you apart as in rip your argument apart, you piece of, oh damn, these guys are snakes, man. These guys are snakes.
The air, because I'm still at this moment under the impression that Jillian is Charlie Kirk was facing.
Provide a shred of evidence
to clear the air. Get a load of this.
There are 2 things being conflated right now. There are conspiracy theorists who think Israel killed Charlie Kirk. They have yet to provide a shred of evidence proving that. Done. End of story.
We're not talking about that.
I am talking about something entirely different.
About
no,
that.
we're not. Hold on. Let me finish my thought. Okay, the real issue here is that before most people even knew that Charlie Kirk was dead, you have Netanyahu giving multiple interviews talking about how, using the moment for his own political purposes, like the
That's
fool
totally
that he is. Let me finish my point.
Him killing Charlie Kirk.
Did I not just
said that.
I literally
so now we're just gonna make
let
a
me finish
sidebar.
my
This is so disingenuous from Anna Kasparian. She's talking about how it's like, oh, I'm not talking about the conspiracy theories that say Netanyahu played a part in killing Charlie Kirk, but I am going to talk about things that are on the side or revolving around that, and then pretend like I'm not relating the two. That's so disingenuous. All right, we're gonna move on. This is ridiculous. There's a bunch of pit of vipers, man. Pit of vipers. We were looking at Newsmax. I don't fucking like Newsmax. We're gonna move to the Associated Press. Newsmax sucks. What are you guys saying in the chat? Crash out Fridays with Tyler Today News. Yeah, I'm about to crash out. That shit was stupid. Only the best crash outs. That's what I'm told anyway. I'd never say that, but that's what I'm told. Why aren't they making sandwiches? That's a good question. They should make me one right now. The Young Turks is fake and gay, but hilarious. Nest of Wasp. Nah, dude, that's a pit of vipers. That is a pit of vipers. They want you in the pit with them. Candace just says stuff. She has no clue. Yeah? Just getting here. What's going on? Oh, we were reacting to a clip, Guido, from Anna Kasparian and Jillian Michaels. Jillian Michaels raged off a show because they wanted to bring up unfounded conspiracy theories about Israel and Charlie Kirk. Yes, Dr. Bangs, they're always like that. What did Dr. Guido? Just women being women. Low T man, men, Bach. They built a world for their doms. Damn. I'm also hungry. A Philly steak would be good. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make some hot dogs after this. Make some hot dogs when I'm done streaming with you guys. I'm not ending the stream until we get through all of the articles. All of the articles. We're gonna get through all of the news sites, and then I'll end the stream. So it's gonna be a minute. Again, Jillian just needs to stick to teaching women how to stay fit. Yeah, sure. Let's see. Associated Press. Always a showman. Netanyahu again turns to props and visuals. Wait. Who has murdered Americans and Europeans in cold blood? All of the above. Why is Israel not on that list? Who has murdered Americans and Europeans in cold blood? All of the above. Israel should be on that list. It should say Al-Qaeda, Hamas, Hezbollah, Iran, and then right under Iran it should say Israel. And then you mark all of the above. Anyway, Hex says wounded knee soldiers will keep their medals of honor. All right. Russia forays into NATO airspace are causing alarm. Here's what might be happening. Let's see. Texas man executed for the exorcism killing of his girlfriend's 13-month-old. What? What? All right, well, we have this from the Associated Press, guys. Texas man was just executed for the exorcism killing of his girlfriend's 13-month-old daughter. Yeah, that definitely looks like the kind of guy that I would want performing an exorcism on my 1-year-old and 1-month child. 1 year, 1 month child, yeah. Huntsville, Texas. A Texas man was executed Thursday, so yesterday, for killing his girlfriend's 13-month-old daughter in a torturous ordeal the couple said was part of an exorcism to expel a demon from the child's body. What? Blaine Malam, 35, was pronounced dead at 6:40 p.m. following a lethal injection at the state penitentiary in Huntsville. He was condemned for the December 2008 death of Amora Carson at his trailer park. It probably is a trailer park. At his trailer in Rusk County in East Texas. In a final statement, Malam thanked supporters as well as the prison chaplaincy for opening its faith-based programs to death row inmates. Quote, if any of you would like to see me again, I implore all of you, no matter who you are, to accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, and we will meet again. He said from the death chamber gurney, I love you all, bring me home, Jesus. I don't think that's where you're going, buddy. I don't think that's where you're going. Unless you know that you did wrong and you've repented for those sins. I don't think you're going home to Jesus, brother. As the lethal dose of sedative pentobarbital began flowing into the right hand and left arm at 6:19 p.m., CDT Malam grunted and gasped once, then began snoring quietly. After about 2 minutes, all sounds and movement stopped. Minutes later, he was declared dead. It was one of 2 executions carried out Thursday evening in the U.S. Joffrey West was put to death in Alabama with nitrogen gas for fatally shooting a gas station employee in 1997 robbery. The 2 executions brought the years total to 33 death sentences carried out nationwide. That's such a low number. There's so many more people that need to have that happen. Malam had blamed then-girlfriend Jessica Carson for the killing and alleged that she was the one that had claimed the girl was possessed by a demon. She was tried separately from Malam and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole after being convicted of capital murder for helping Malam. Both of them were 18 years old at the time. Get off my screen. Prosecutors said Malam savagely beat the girl and also bit, strangled, and mutilated her over a period of 30 hours. Man, dude, is he not the one that's possessed? Like, I feel like his execution should have just been the same exorcism that he tried to perform. Like, am I wrong there? I feel like his execution should have just been the same exorcism he tried to perform. Because clearly he needs one. Or needed one. Court documents show a pipe wrench was among the evidence that tied Malam to the What? Why is a pipe wrench involved in an exorcism? A forensic pathologist who performed an autopsy found the child had multiple skull fractures along with broken arms, legs, ribs, and numerous bite marks. The pathologist testified at the trial that he could not determine a specific cause of death because the girl had so many potential fatal injuries. That's so sad, dude. What the fuck? Rusk County District Attorney Michael Jimerson, who tried the case along with Texas Attorney General's office, told the Associated Press in 2019 that authorities initially treated Malam and Carson as grieving parents, but Carson later told investigators that Malam told her Amora was possessed by a demon because God was tired of her lying to Malam. God, what? According to court records, what's up, Guido? What is Guido? It's the hardest thing to explain to non-Christians that everyone, no matter what they have done, if saved truly and repent, they will be in heaven. Oh, that's what I said though, Guido. He has to truly repent. He has to truly mean what he says, right? Bitch? Why did it play twice? You have to truly repent. You have to truly realize what you did was wrong in your heart. And if you don't see what you did as wrong, then you won't be saved. That's my understanding. Correct me if I'm wrong. And he said, no, she was possessed and hit herself off the... Whoa, she fell from the ceiling, piece of yeah, crazy. Carson told investigators God was tired of her lying to Malam, according to court records. Jimerson said at the time that he still couldn't pinpoint a motive, believing the exorcism claim was just a way for Malam and Carson to cover up the crime. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. It sounds like that was just an excuse. Like, oh, what do we say after abusing our kid to death? Oh, we are performing an exorcism by bashing her head in. What? The prosecutor witnessed the execution. We will never know what Amora would have contributed to our world. Answering the call for justice for the most helpless is a measure of a civilized people. Among other observers was the child's grandfather, Richard Matina. He declined to speak with reporters after the execution. Malam was the 5th person put to death in Texas this year in Texas. Historically, the nation's busiest capital punishment state, Florida leads the nation this year with a record of 12 executions conducted this year, with 2 more scheduled in state by mid-October. The executions were carried out hours after the U.S. Supreme Court rejected Malam's final appeals. Rebuffed previously by state and federal court appeals, Malam's attorney had asked the Supreme Court to block the execution, arguing his conviction was based in part on now discredited bite mark evidence and other unreliable DNA evidence. They also argued he was intellectually disabled and thus ineligible for execution. Wow. Guys, he was too retarded to execute. Yeah, he's too retarded to have a kid, apparently, too. Texas Attorney General's office said Malam's claims of an intellectual disability had been rejected previously by the courts. The Attorney General's office also said in court documents that even if bite mark and DNA evidence were excluded, there was other evidence pointing to his guilt, including his effort to hide evidence and a confession he made to a nurse after his arrest. The use of bite mark evidence has been called into question in recent years, with a 2016 report by the President's Council of Advisors on Science and Technology saying that bite mark analysis is clearly scientifically unreliable at the present date. On Tuesday, the Texas Board of Pardons and Paroles had denied Malam's request to commute his death sentence to a lesser penalty. Malam's previously had execution dates in 2019 and 2021, but they were stayed. But he is now dead. Yeah, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with people like this that are beyond redemption being put to death. I don't think we should have to take care of them for the rest of their lives. Especially someone who's 18 years old. Like, that's a long time to take care of someone. And he said, okay, I read that one. Like, I know that many asylums had issues, but there's a reason we had them. Exactly. Should toss them into general population and tell the gangs what he did. I mean, that problem would have solved itself, right? Anyway, What else do we have here? Halal concerns drive vaccine hesitancy as Indonesia fight measles outbreak. Well, all the evidence I've seen, the measles vaccines are actually safe-ish. They're some of the safer vaccines. That's what I know. Today in history. Well, what if I don't want a history lesson? I want U.S. news. What's going on in the U.S.? Transportation Department tightens non-citizen truck driver rules after fatal crash in Florida. As they should. Why do we even have non-citizen truck drivers? That's my question. Why are they even here? Let's see. Train stabbing spurs outcry over black on white violence, but data shows such occurrences are rare. Oh God, shut up, Associated Press. Oh, this one was crazy. Yeah, I saw the video for this. Here, let's go back. All right, here I'm gonna react. Oh, I was still recording. I should have moved on. Let's see. Not all that many asylum had real problems, but just like nuclear fears, it only takes a few to ruin a good thing. Exactly. Yep. What's up, All American? I don't know if I've seen you in the chat before. What's up? Or I probably have. So it's hard to remember names. Let's see. Let's watch this video though. It says 24 people wearing masks and some carrying pickaxes do a smash jewelry cases and rob the store. Let's see. Where was the store at though? Not gonna tell me where the store was? Get off my screen. San Ramon Police Department. Okay, but where is that? No volume? Damn, coming in with guns. They're coming in with guns. They got pickaxes. That's crazy, dude. Wow. Smash and grab, smash and grab. Yep, rip that top off. Damn. Thousands of dollars being stolen right there. Thousands of dollars being stolen. Come on, you got a pickaxe, man? Get that open. Look at that. Wow, they were ready there too. That was definitely planned. Definitely pretty well planned. You're gonna have a hard time finding all 6 of those cars. Look at that. Gone, gone. 1, 2, 3.
I should say I'm shocked at the Comey indictment.
That's crazy. That's crazy. This is why all shop owners should have shotguns. Would have solved that problem right quick. Should smash that. Speaking of smashing, you should smash that like button, guys. Hey, first time. Oh, it's your first time in here? What's up, All American? I love All Americans. We should all be All American. Because the store owners are getting wise and starting to shoot people, so they are coming in with guns now. Yeah. See, that's why you get a shotgun and you shoot them in the back on the way out. I know that's a controversial statement, but absolutely should do that. Absolutely should do that. What else do we have from the Associated Press? Let's see. Is that about? I mean, this is pretty. Look, I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it. It seems like a kind of slow news day for Friday. People are just like already ready for the weekend. Is that what's going on? New York Post pointing fingers. Lip readers reveal what apparent finger waving spat between Trump, Melania, and Marine One was actually about. I don't care for speculation on that. I don't care. Fans slam Law & Order SVU for killing off major character in season 27 premiere. Pisses me off. Okay, well, maybe they need to get rid of the character. New York City woman 26 repeatedly punched, knifed by masked stranger during morning Prospect Park jog. Well, that's why you got to stay armed. Sending message, UN delegates storm out as Netanyahu speaks at NYC, declares Palestinian statehood would be national suicide. How about you just stop committing a genocide? Diet Coke is bringing back beloved discontinued flavor. I thought this day would never come. What? That's clickbait. I'm not clicking it. Man, guys, this does seem like a pretty freaking slow news day. What the heck? Why? There's like no news? Even New York Post doesn't have that stuff. Cause for concern. My autistic son just asked if I took Tylenol while pregnant. People are missing the real issues amid the debate. Yeah, the real issue is that vaccines are causing this, not exactly not just Tylenol. What? Millions donated to build Obama library is now being sent on politically charged Tides group. What? Hang on. What's going on here? What's going on here? You gonna play the video? It's trying to load the video. There we go. Okay, I don't care for whatever he has to say. We're gonna read the article. Got this from the New York Post. Money donated to build Obama library being sent on to politically charged Tides group. Millions of dollars sent to Barack Obama's foundation has ended up being donated to a progressive fund that supported anti-Israel groups, accused of setting up encampments at Ivy League universities, according to public documents. Wow. Donations to the Obama Foundation, set up by the former president to build a 19-acre campus, including a museum, athletic facility, and fruit and vegetable gardens in Chicago, totaling $2 million, were instead sent to the Tides Foundation in 2022 and 2023, according to its latest available federal tax filings. The cash was earmarked to support local organizations that are working to reduce violence in communities, according to the nonprofit's filings. Tides Foundation, also funded by Democratic mega donor George Soros, is a network that operates as a fiscal sponsor for groups that have not registered with the IRS as charities. Interesting. The third-party grant-making group is under scrutiny by the House Ways and Means Committee for handling donations for anti-Israel groups such as Ottawa Justice Project, Sami Douan, and the People's Forum. Such groups helped set up pro-Palestinian demonstrations and college encampments after the October 7th, 2023 Hamas attack on Israel that left 1,200 Israelis dead. This is them breaking ground, even though it's still not even close to being done, and it looks like a giant... What I called this was, it literally looks like a piece of the Death Star broke off and then fell into a park in Chicago. That's what this looks like. Aren't they building this thing in the middle of a beautiful park in Chicago, and a bunch of locals are pissed because it looks stupid as fuck? Yeah, total shit show. Yeah, literally. Look, it looks like a block fell off from the Death Star and fell into a Chicago park. That's what it looks like. The group received just 129,000 donations in 2022, spent more than $27 million on salaries. What? Well, hang on, let's go back. So far, it has spent more than $615 million building the Obama Presidential Center, which is scheduled to open to 2026. The group, which received just $129,000 in donations in 2022, has spent more than $27 million on salaries? Okay, well, where are they getting all the money? God, this guy, he looks like Emperor Palpatine, bro. Literally looks like Emperor Palpatine helping fund the building of the Death Star. Like, fiction, it just becomes reality at some point. Among the highest paid board members are Valerie Jarrett, a former senior advisor to President Obama and CEO of the foundation, who raked in more than $750,000 in compensation in 2023. Robin Cohen, executive vice president of the Obama Presidential Center, took in nearly $650,000 in 2023. According to the tax filings, Cohen is a former president of the Pritzker Realty Group, funded by Penny Pritzker, a philanthropist who is also on the Obama Foundation board of directors. Pritzker, whose brother J.B. Pritzker is the governor of Illinois, does not draw a salary. The center, located in Jackson Park on the city's south side and taking up 20 acres, is still under construction, rising like a concrete monolith out of the ground. The privately funded project was started in 2021, but suffered many setbacks during the construction, including blowing through its original $500 million budget. Probably because they're sending it to other places that don't actually need the money. Or this money's supposed to be for the museum, and you're sending it to other places. It's a monstrosity. It's taking way too long to finish, and it's going to drive up prices and bring headaches and problems for everyone who lives here. It feels like a washing away of the neighborhood and culture that used to be here. Ken Woodward, a lawyer and father of 6 who grew up in the area, said earlier this year. Neither the Obama Foundation nor the office of Barack and Michelle Obama returned requests for comment on Thursday. Yeah, I think they should just destroy this concrete monstrosity. Like, why are you putting this in Chicago? No one wants it here. It looks like crap. You're destroying a once beautiful and massive park. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. And then come to find out, the money that's supposed to be going to this is being sent to other groups. Ridiculous. Not surprising, though. I mean, this is typically what politicians and Democrats do, so. Only $500 million to build that building? What a joke. No, son of Wiggum. It's been far more than that. It's estimated $2 million, and they've already blown through a lot of the money. So, do with that information what you will. What else do we have here? Horrible decision. Oof. Yeah, let's talk about this one. This is terrible. All right. we got this story from the New York Post, and I saw this yesterday, and holy crap, dude. Michigan high school football player speaks out after teammate fractures opponent's spine during a game. And this was absolutely intentional. I mean, here, do they have the video here? This was absolutely intentional. Look at this. Dude's already on the floor. They're dealing with the ball in the other area, and the dude's midair, like about to leap on this guy. Absolutely insane. What does his teammate have to say?
Number 19 on the Kalamazoo Central JV football team. I want to talk about
so quiet
and the false information and everything that's happening right now. The decision my teammate made and what he did to the Lakeshore player was not all right. It was an illegal move and it had no place. I'm not gonna try to defend that. That was a horrible decision. But what I am here to talk about, what I'm making this video for, is because of how my team, my coaches, students, and staff at Kalamazoo Central are being treated. And it's all coming
from... God, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. So how they're being treated. Yeah, because this is the environment that this kid was in. They're going to target the people around him. So Bisk admitted that the move was intentional. It wasn't. It was absolutely an intentional move. Here, let's move over to this other window. The New York Post doesn't like me having multiple of their articles up right now. High school football player spine fractures after player twice his size pancakes him. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. A Michigan high school athlete's spine was fractured during a junior varsity football game when a boy twice his size leaped up and flattened him. According to a shocking video, the teen boys were on an opposing team during a Thursday evening JV game between Lakeshore and Kalamazoo Central High Schools and had just finished a play when the larger one seemingly crossed a line, according to the clip and the injured teen's mom. Footage taken by fans in the stands show a Kalamazoo player tackling the 15-year-old Lakeshore player named Colton as the two teams tussle. What I was going to say is, they're over here handling the ball. This guy trips up, and he's just like, yeah, let me just destroy this man's entire life. Following the body slam, Colton was carted off the field and taken to the hospital. The 15-year-old was treated for 2 fractures in his spine and placed on muscle relaxers once he was released. His mother, Courtney Mims, told the WSBT. Do we have the video? I want the video of this. This was insane. Here, we could probably find the video on X. X will have the video. JV football player pancakes. Let's see. JV football player pancakes another player. Okay, well, here's the... It's not a pancake. This is a successful... What? Here, is this the video?
73 who plays for Kalamazoo.
Yeah, here. Oh my God, dude.
You can see the moment the play.
Oh, that's terrible.
You can see the moment the player wearing number
Look at that. Knocks him over. Knocks him over, right? Here they are. Focus right here where my mouse is. The ball's over here. They're doing some other shit over here with the ball. This guy pushes him to the floor.
Who plays for Kalamazoo
Gets up.
Central.
Boom. What the fuck, dude?
The Lakeshore player.
And here, boom. For what?
You can see the moment
for
the player
what?
Wearing number 70.
Absolutely insane. Michigan high school athlete's spine was fractured. Yep. Following the body slam, Colton was carted off. At first, Mims, who was at the game, didn't realize that the prone figure on the turf was her son, but quickly leaped into action once she did. As soon as it clicked that it was, I couldn't be stopped. I had to go down there. I've never felt anything like it. I've never been as upset or shaking up as I was over something for my son. These boys are high school boys. They're 15 years old. The game means a lot to them. It's their whole life right now. They're there from before I get up to go to work and in the morning till after dinner, putting in the work. And for somebody to try and take that from somebody doing so much is awful for me to see. Dude, like that's absolutely intentional. That is done with malicious intent. He did that with the thought, I'm gonna hurt this kid. Mims said her son won't return for the rest of the season, and doctors are still trying to evaluate if he could ever play again. Dude, that's fucked up. I'm between saying like just charge this kid as an adult, put him in prison the next 10 years. That's insane. You destroyed this kid's life over a JV football game. The respective schools in Michigan High School Athletic Association are working on resolving this issue internally, according to a statement obtained by the outlet. No, dude, that was done intentionally and with malicious intent. You destroyed and permanently altered this kid's life. Therefore, the just punishment would to be permanently altering your life. Prison the next 10 to 12 years. It's unclear if the player on the rival team will face any punishment for his alleged misconduct. Fuck that, dude. Prison. Prison for the next 10 to 12. In a matchup between the two schools' varsity football teams the following day, Kalamazoo came out on the top 26-7. A football post celebrating the breezy victory wrote that the win was for Colton. Yeah, I wish Colton could have been there to help you guys win, but he may never be able to play football again because of this piece of shit over here, this fat tub of lard. During the 2024 football season, a staggering number of high school players were gravely injured or even killed during basic drills, in part due to incompetent equipment. One teenager in Alabama was airlifted and later died at a hospital after suffering a head injury during the season's opener. In September, another 16-year-old boy in Los Angeles sustained a brain injury while tackling an opponent and died a week later. That's very unfortunate. Very unfortunate stuff. But speaking about this specific case, this fat tub of lard needs to see prison. Future Scholar of America. Yeah, Future Scholar of America right here, guys. One that uses, he's twice the size of someone, already knocked him to the ground, has nothing to do with the ball in play, and just pancakes the guy. Insane. I think someone heard the magical hard R. The kid on the ground disrespected the fat kid. So the fat kid porously injured him. As the quartering says, yeah, I mean, I don't care. Looks like he disrespected him. I mean, even if that's the case, man, people are far too comfortable physically hurting someone for big mean words. Oh no, I said big mean words. Oh no, I said the N word. Oh no, I said the F word. I called someone this or that. That's whatever, dude. And I would say the N word if I wasn't on YouTube, by the way. Absolutely. I don't give a flying fuck to say whatever I want. Freedom of speech, absolutely, as long as you're not calling for the violence against someone. That's what I believe. That is my point. This is the culture of the inner city. It's so, yeah, I get what you're saying, Wiggum. I know what you mean. And it's so incredibly weak and cowardice to sit there and be like, oh, you said mean words to me, now I need to physically injure you. That's some pussy shit, dude. That's some absolute pussy shit. You said mean words to me, now I need to alter your life permanently. Like, oh, you're such a pussy. That's what I think. You can't handle big mean words? Oh, no. Ridiculous. If you disrespect them, they're allowed to hurt you in any way they want. I know, that's what some of these people think. They think words are violence to these people. And I absolutely hate the culture that has been created around that. Words are not violence, people. You know how you combat words? With better words, with better speech. Like, I thought this is something the left said. If someone makes a really good joke against me and I just get absolutely roasted, you take it. You just take it, and if you got something to dish back, you dish it back. Or you bide your time and you wait, and as soon as they mess up on something and you come up with a good one-liner to roast them back, you do it. That's how you should handle these situations. If someone roasts me or says something, off color to me, my first instinct isn't going to be go and fracture the kid's spine. That's insane. His poor fifis were hurt. I know, his poor fifis. Oh no, my fifis. Thug shit. Absolutely. It's ridiculous, man. Absolutely ridiculous. This is the culture that people are being raised in. Son-in-law resigns as federal prosecutor just minutes after ex-FBI director's indictment. Good, I don't want you there anyway. Let's see. Let's move on. We're going to move on to ABC Eyewitness News. Let's see, what do they got today? 1 killed in fiery crash on 10 freeway in West Covina. Thunderstorm chances. Asada Shakur, I don't know who that is. Husband charged after Scottish woman murder dismembered in LA. Oh my God. Dentist defends joke about care for patients who don't support Trump.
A Santa Clarita dentist defending herself over a video.
Oh no, it's Santa Clarita. Oh God. All right. I got this from ABC. let's see. ABC 7 Eyewitness News. Santa Clarita dentist defends joke about giving patients who don't support Trump less laughing gas. Wow. Some patients emailed Eyewitness News saying they are changing dentist after seeing the viral video.
A Santa Clarita dentist defending herself over a video that's now gone viral. The clip shows her joking about giving different care to patients who aren't Trump supporters.
So I have a secret hat I use sometimes. It says, "Make your smile great again." So I wear that when I work on my patients. So when they look horrified or complain, I quietly cut back on the laughing gas.
Dr. Harleen Graywall's office posted the
Jail? Jail. Yeah, that's medical malpractice. Jail.
video 2 years ago. Recently, it began circulating on social media. In an interview yesterday, Dr. Graywall said the controversy is being driven by someone trying to, quote, cancel her.
They asked me if I had said that, and I said yes. I said it in one of my roasting speeches at a women's Republican group. Just like the Democrats, they make jokes too. We make jokes as well. Like, why can't we just take a joke lightheartedly? But that was taken to cancel me. And the dental board did an investigation. They cleared.
Look, I don't care if she supports Trump or not. You don't do that to people. You just don't do that. I don't care if oh no, they saw your Trump hat and they had a disgusting look on their face. She gave a speech 2 years ago and she is getting hit now. She's getting hit now, but here's the thing, right? She's defending the joke. She's like, oh, so she's a Republican. She is a Trump supporter. This isn't an anti-Trump person. What she's saying is that she will lower the laughing gas on people that don't support Trump.
It out and said there was nothing they could find that proved any of that.
I hate seeing politics come into a business like this. I don't think it has a place there, and it just really bothers me that video was made, that was said.
Some of Dr. Graywall's patients emailed us saying they're changing dentists. Dr. Graywall says her patients are her family and that this is all a politically motivated smear campaign.
No, it's not a political. You just came out and defended your comments. Do no harm unless they are conservative. No, all American. This is for Democrats. This is a Republican woman. This is a conservative woman hurting Democrats. This is the other way around. I know it's in California. I actually assumed that it was the other way around at first too. Reading into it, no. It says that she was joking about giving patients who do not support Trump less laughing gas. I don't care if it's a Democrat or Republican, dude. Yeah, the Democrats are trying to cancel her, and I don't blame them, honestly. This is medical malpractice. You should not bring politics into your medical practice. Look, I'm a supporter of Trump. I'm technically a conservative, right? But no, this is ridiculous. You should not target Democrats like this, even if it is a joke. In your professional setting, as a dentist, you should not be making jokes about giving different care to people based on their politics. That's the heart of the issue here, is you're talking about giving different care to people depending on their politics. It's ridiculous. She's an idiot, needs to lose her license. Absolutely. I don't care if she's a Trump supporter or not, dude. You cannot do that to people. You cannot, if it's Democrat or conservative, I don't care. Your politics should not be included in your medical practice. Yeah, she's an idiot. You need to have tact. Like, come on, man. Like, you can have your political opinions. I'm not saying you as a dentist can't have a political opinion, but you cannot treat your patients differently based on their political opinions. It's ridiculous. It's stupid when Democrats do it to Republicans. It's stupid when Republicans do it to Democrats. Neither side should do it to each other. And this is an instance of Republicans saying that they would do it to Democrats, which doesn't happen often, but apparently it does happen. Santa Clarita dentist defending herself after a resurfaced video of her joking that she doesn't give her best care to patients who do not support President Donald Trump went viral. Dr. Harleen Graywall is speaking out in her own defense. The viral video that resurfaced on TikTok shows the dentist joking that she gives different care to patients who aren't Trump supporters. So I have a secret hat I wear sometimes. It says, "Make your smile great again." So I wear that, and when I work on my patients, so when they look horrified or complain, I quietly cut back on the laughing gas. Dude, I don't know if that's a joke or not, but I don't want to go to your fucking dentistry. Because what if I saw that hat and I just assumed you were making fun of Trump, And then I was like, oh, you're making fun of Trump. And then I had a disgusting look on my face. And then you're like, oh, this guy's a Democrat. He doesn't like my hat. So now you're not even basing it off of the politics. Now you're just basing it off whether or not the reaction to your hat was good. Stupid. Absolutely stupid. And I get it. You're supposed to make a joke or whatever, but that's not the right joke for a dentist to make. That's not a joke I want that's not a joke I want my doctor to make. The video is not new. It was first posted 2 years ago by her own office, intended as a joke to show her personality. The video was deleted, but it recently started circulating again on social media. On Thursday, Grewal allowed cameras into her dental practice and agreed to an interview, saying that the controversy was driven by someone trying to cancel her. She says that a few months ago, she was investigated and cleared by the California Dental Board. They asked me if I had said that. I said yes. Yes, it was one of my roasting speeches at a women's Republican group. Just like the Democrats, they make jokes too. We make jokes as well. Why can't we just take a joke lightheartedly? Because that's not a fucking joke, lady. That's not a joke. You're talking about giving people different care. You're talking about giving them less laughing gas, meaning that they would feel the pain of whatever dental surgery you're doing to them. You're literally making a joke about causing people pain because of political disagreements. That's not a joke I'm okay with. But that was taken to cancel me, and the dental board did an investigation. They cleared it out and said that there was nothing they could find that proved any of that. I hate seeing politics. This is from that one lady. Some patients emailed Eyewitness News saying that they are changing dentists after seeing the video. Grewal sums up the controversy as a mere smear campaign and says she feels politically targeted. She says she calls her patients her family. Dude, I don't care. Even if she is a Republican or whatever, conservative, I would change dentist as well. Because, like I said, she's basing it off a reaction to her hat. And her wearing the hat is a great idea. She had to take it way the fuck too far. Yeah, wearing the hat is fine. That's a funny hat. But then you talk about, well, based on the reaction, I'll give them different care. Like, no, that's not a joke. Losing business in 3, 2, 1. Yeah. The context absolutely makes her more guilty. Yeah. You should not joke about hurting people ever, especially when you are in the medical world. Exactly. Like, jokes are fine, but joking about hurting people or doing medical malpractice on people for any reason, political disagreements or otherwise, is ridiculous. You should hear some of the nurses say in the old folks home I work at. I'm in the this is a nothing burger camp. Still, I don't like this. I don't like people that bring politics into their workspace and talk about giving people different care, because we've seen that with a lot of different places. I remember watching videos from doctors in Australia talking about how they would purposefully neglect the care of people from Israel so that they would die, and it's like, whoa, whoa, no. How about no? All right, here let's go back to the desk for a little bit. Let's see. Guys, we're at 25 people watching the video. Make sure you hit the like button. We're gonna keep things going along here. I got some more articles that we can skim through, or not more articles, I should say, more sites that we can skim through. I don't feel like going through the Daily Mail. I don't feel like going through ABC. I'm gonna close out of Straight Arrow. Let's jump to. We're gonna do that one last. Let's jump to Fox News. What does Fox News have today? What does the Fox News say? Newsom slams GM's CEO. Trump granddaughter Kai arrive at Bethpage Black for 2025 Ryder Cup. Military veterans remains found after murder of 3 daughters at campground. Yikes, okay. Z unveils breathtaking weapons and military parade as Trump's offer rejected. Sure. Archaeologists uncover lost harbor. Okay, well, we read that one from CNN. Massive polar bear caught on video in unexpected place. Footage is awesome. What is this? Massive polar bear caught on video in unexpected place. Footage is awesome. Okay, well, where? Group of polar bears that have taken over an abandoned polar research station off Russia's far eastern coast have been intimately captured in drone footage by Russian traveler and photographer Vadim Makarov. He discovered that the animals were using it as a shelter. Interesting. No music. Nice. That's awesome. Dude, that's freaking cool. The polar bears have taken over the building. Hey, man, that's their den. That's their den now, all right? You leave them bears be. You leave them bears be. Beautiful. Beautiful bears. I love it. I love every bit of this. This is amazing. I love this. Guys, join the Discord and send me all of the news articles about bears. If you have something about bears, you need to send it to me yesterday because I love stories about bears. Love bears. Bears are great. I've been playing Animal Crossing a lot recently, and I recently got a hat that's literally just a bear hat. I fucking love it. It's awesome. Let's see. I'm not gonna lie, guys. My back is killing me. Oh, my back's killing me. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of news today. I'm gonna start skipping through some of these. There really isn't a lot of news today, unfortunately. Yeah, everyone's talking about Netanyahu and Comey. I don't care. Don't care. Obama Foundation sent. Okay, well, we talked about that. FBI had 274 plainclothes agents in crowd at Capitol on January 6th, according to a report. Yeah, but is anyone gonna face repercussions for that? I doubt it. Let's see. Tim Allen finally forgives man who killed his father, citing Erica Kirk as inspiration. Well, that's cool. Trump signs order launching all of the government's efforts to dismantle left-wing domestic terrorist groups. I feel like Trump's just spreading himself too thin at this point. All right, my back's killing me, guys. I think we move on. We move on to the heart of the show, right? Which is obviously the bee. I love the bee. I love bears and I love the bees. Especially Not the Bee. I love Not the Bee. What does Not the Bee have for us? Dearborn resident complain about hearing Islamic call to prayer on loudspeakers at 5 a.m. What? What? This is America. Aw, puppies. ShittyGov also think about the way society is right now with everyone losing their political minds. It's a terrible idea to make jokes like that. It isn't a free speech thing. It's just a think first thing. I agree, Boosh. Just think this is a small potatoes compared to the doctors that pushed COVID jabs and run death is near. Killing people because of politics during COVID. I agree. She said Nazi thing. Disagree that she should lose her license. The ones that killed a bunch of folks because they listened to the government instead of actual science need to be prosecuted and stripped of their licenses. I don't agree with that, ShittyGov. Hot take. I actually don't agree with that. I don't think any doctors should face repercussions for that. The government should, because the government was directing these people to do it. They were paying them to do it. They're incentivizing them to do it. And doctors were just, again, they were just following orders, right? They were just following orders, and they were being told that this was safe. We didn't have any studies to claim that it actually was, so they just followed the government. And I'm not saying that it's right, but Tyler, I am aghast right now. Look, if we go and prosecute all of these doctors, we already have a shortage of medical doctors in this country. If we go around and prosecute all of the doctors, what is that going to do? Who's that going to help? That's not going to benefit us. That doesn't benefit anyone. If we go and round up all the doctors that was pushing this COVID shit, who's that going to benefit? Who the fuck does that? Genuine question, ShittyGov. Who does that benefit? I get you got your feelings all in the COVID stuff, like, oh, they jabbed people, yada yada. I don't fucking care at this point, dude. I really don't. We're long past it. The people that took the jab are idiots. They know they're idiots. And the doctors that push that crap, whatever, dude. It is what it is. Because if we go and round up all the fucking doctors, then we'll just have no doctors. Then what do we do? Well, who does that benefit? Anyway, moving on. We'll replace them with actual... No, yeah, when? ShittyGov, when do we replace them with actual doctors? We can't even get doctors now. Debate for what? There's no debate here. Literally, if we go round up the doctors that push the COVID stuff, we will have no doctors. And you're saying to replace them with actual doctors, but there's not doctors to replace them now. There's no doctors. We have a shortage of doctors. Anyway, there's no debate. There's no debate there. Anyway, let's move on. What does Not the Bee say here? Dearborn residents complain about hearing Islamic call to prayer on loudspeakers at 5 a.m. Man, I would go and dismantle these things quickly. As they say in Michigan, Assalamu alaikum ya Sadiqis. What the fuck? Dearborn Mosque blast call to prayer at 5 a.m. on loudspeakers in the street, which is against city regulations. City council shrugs her off. Wow.
But the mosques in East Dearborn are now at times waking us up at 5:30 in the morning with the call to prayer.
This is Dearborn resident Andrea Unger at last night's City Council meeting stating that mosques using outdoor loudspeakers for their call to prayer should not be allowed, and says she believes it's not supposed to be allowed per city ordinance.
The noise complaints have been made out and the police have made numerous visits. What is the next step?
There was some question whether or not any outdoor loudspeakers are allowed, something that was not clarified, only that more evidence is being gathered. But CBS Detroit did examine Dearborn's noise ordinance and found that loudspeakers between the hours of 10 p.m. and 7 a.m. are in violation of the ordinance.
But the mosque
Well, see, here's the issue, guys. Laws only matter if they're enforced. You can have something written on the paper, but if it's not enforced, who gives a fuck? This resident isn't being overly dramatic. This is what she, an American living in the suburb of a major American city, has to hear every morning at 5 a.m. Oh no, I'm scared. What kind of dystopian bullshit is this? Look, I know we have freedom of religion in this country, but can we just ban mosques? Like, can we make an exception? Dearborn resident posts that they're forced to listen to 5 times a day, that they must listen to the Muslim call to prayer blast through their city. Just listen to how loud this is. How is this even allowed to exist in America? This is Dearborn, Michigan, guys. This is the music I bang your mom to. That's insane. That would be stopped immediately anywhere near me. That's what I'm saying, dude. It's intentional. Oh, yes, they actively take over. It's intentional. Absolutely. Yeah, they want you to follow their religion. Understand the Islamic call to prayer is not like a church passing out flyers for a worship service. They are proclaiming Allah is great over loudspeakers in a show of dominance. Yeah, exactly. For Americans who have been brainwashed by liberalism for far too long, imagine that a church down the block from you blasted Jesus Christ is King 5 times a day as a reminder to everyone in their homes. This is part of what the call to prayer says. Allah is great. Allah is great. Allah is great. Allah is great. I bear witness that there is no God except the one God, Allah. I bear witness that Muhammad is the messenger of Allah. Hurry to the prayer, hurry to the prayer, hurry to salvation, hurry to salvation. So that just plays on loudspeaker. If Muslims are allowed to shout that over loudspeakers, why our church is not even allowed to ring bells at 5 a.m.? The leader of the mosque, Muslims often call them community centers to make them more palatable to Americans, says he is within noise ordinances and encourages naysayers to talk to him. Fuck you, dude. Nabil Balhalwan, director of the Dearborn Community Center, says that there has been an ongoing complaint from a small group of residents, and he insists no rules are being broken. That's such bullshit. That's just a lie. Some thoughts from Matt Walsh. The mayor of Dearborn, Michigan, is Abdullah Hamoud. The guy running against him is the mayoral race is Nagi Almud Hegi. The mayor's chief of staff is Zanid Hassan. The police chief is Issa Shaheen. He oversees the commander of the patrol division, Madao Bazi. The public health director is Ali Abazid. Don't forget city council members Kamal Allah Swafi and Mustafa Hamoud. What the? None of these are Americans. None of these are American. Where's All American? All American, we need you. We need you, All American. Question, is this what our founding fathers had in mind? That's a question that the residents of Dearborn can consider as they awake at 5:30 a.m. to the Muslim call of prayer, blasted over loudspeakers by the local mosque. They can keep thinking about it as they get in their cars and drive to work down the Osama Siblani Street. Is this America? If the entire country resembles Dearborn in 50 years, in what sense will America still exist? Any Christians in Dearborn have a loudspeaker to put tolerance and inclusion to the test? Yeah. That's insane. How is that even allowed? Can we invade Dearborn, Michigan? Like, I've been making jokes about invading the UK and liberating them. Can we invade Dearborn, Michigan? Can we go liberate them? Deport all these people? That shit sounds like a dying buzzard. They do this in Saudi Arabia, Turkey, Morocco, Indonesia, United Arab Emirates, as well as other nations in Africa, Asia, and Middle East. Anyone want to have a pig roast in Dearborn? Dude, as soon as that prayer starts playing, I would whip out the barbecue and start cooking bacon and pork chops. Oh, man. I used to try to get permits approved through the city for my job. You can't get anything done. They refuse to allow anything to be done inside their city. Yep. I'm a little surprised no one has done anything about this yet. I'm down. California first. Whoa. I mean, I am in favor of that, Dr. Baines, but whoa. You just gotta let me know. We gotta get our dude. Yeah, look, guys, when the Civil War pops off, I'm hoping that some of you come and save me. I'm near LA, okay? I'm near LA. I'm in the heart of Sodom and Gomorrah, guys. Like, I need rescuing. Please help me. Well, one way you can help me is by sharing and liking this video. What are we at on the like goal? Guys, we're 5 away from the like goal. Look, down there. We're 5 away from the like goal. Help me hit the like goal, guys. Save Tyler from the commies. I'm a veteran, and this shit is ass. Yeah, I was waiting for your comment on all that, American. That is not what you fought for. I'm sure. Last time we invaded a Muslim majority city, we were there for 20 years and gave it back when we went home. Well, don't worry, Boosh. Trump's talking about going back. I'm not joking. Trump's talking about taking back Bagram Air Force Base. Deus Vult. Yes, Deus Vult. Deus Vult, brother. My brothers and I can come and get you. Hell yeah, son of Wiggum. Fuck those people. There's a reason we dipped bullets in Big Bad on occasion. God damn. Love it. All right, guys. Well, this is my favorite part of the Friday show. I don't know about you guys. This is my favorite part of the Friday show. We're gonna be doing this every Friday. Make sure you're ready at your keyboards. Be ready to answer. If I know the answer, I will allow you guys to at least guess first before I answer. Okay? So, guys, the bee or not the bee? Can you tell satire from real news? Truth from fiction? Awfully hilarious from hilariously awful? Take this quiz to determine whether or not you're a true satirical genius. For each headline shown, click on the B logo or the not B logo, depending on whether you think it's satire or real news. So for those of you that don't know, the B means fake. Not the B means real. So think of not the B as not fake. Not the B is not fake. The B, fake. Not the B, not fake. All right, let's jump into it. All right, guys, ready on the keyboards. Ready on the keyboards, all right? Oh, I didn't switch the window. Ready on the keyboards. Google reports sudden spike in searches for can you take back your vote for president among Biden voters? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? The B or not the B? I'm leaning towards the B. I think it's fake. What do you guys think? Well, I want to know what the chat thinks. The B or not the B? You guys think it's the B? The B? The B? All right, you guys are saying the B. All right, let's see. Is it the B? It's the B. Hell yeah. All right, guys. All right, we got that one. Oh, if it's a real article, we will pull it up. Well, we won't pull up the fake ones. Next one. Coronavirus spread comes to a grinding halt after Disney World adds mask to photos of unmasked riders. Come on, that's the B, right? I don't want that to be real. I want to be wrong, but this one's fake. Yeah, this is fake, right? What do you guys think? There's no way this is real. This is not Israel. The B. Yeah, let's see. We got 2 people saying it's the B. Any other thoughts? Any people that say not the B? 2 people said not the B. All right, looks like we're split on this. I'm gonna vote B. It's the B. I think it's fake. No. What do you mean? Walt Disney World will digitally add masks to guests not wearing them in ride photos. Wait. Coronavirus spread comes to grinding halt after Disney World adds. No, that's different. That's a different title. You didn't ask me if they had started doing it. You asked me if it. No, see, no, they cheated. That was a cheat. They tricked me. They tricked me there. They added the coronavirus spread comes to grinding halt. They added that part. If you just asked me the second half, I would have said that it was not the B. God damn it. Tampax reports men have periods too and should totally buy their products. That's not the B. I mean, look, Tampax has a monetary incentive to get men to buy their products. That opens up a whole new market. This is absolutely not the B, right? Not the B, right? The shenanigans. I hate COVID so much. Yeah. Tampax reports men have periods too and should totally buy their products. Yeah, not the B. I think this is not the B. We got 2 people in chat saying not the B. Not the B. 3 people. All right, yeah, we're going not the B. This is not, yeah, not B. All right. Yep, it was not the B. All right. I mean, do we even need to pull up the article on this one? Tampax sparks firestorm for tweet that not all people with periods are women. Oh, no. Yeah, we're not reading that. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Update. Spelling words correctly is for elite white males, and universities must stop enforcing that bigotry. I feel like that's not the B. I feel like that's not the B. I feel like that's because I've seen similar comments like that. Like speaking correctly and speaking in a proper manner is whiteness, is what I've heard. Not the B. Boosh says B. Yeah, not the B. We've got 2 not the B's. What do you guys think? I think it's not the B. We're gonna go not the B. It is racist. Not the B. Yeah. What article did they use for this? University students will not be marked down for bad spelling because it would be elitist. Wow. See, Shitty this is what I mean. You really want to replace the doctors we have now with people like this? They don't need to spell things correctly. I already can't read my doctor's handwriting. I don't need them to misspell things, too. Ugh. After finally killing Fly, man begins rebuilding completely destroyed home. That's the B. Wait. No, I think it's not the B. I think I've heard this story. I think it's not the B. Really is messed up. DARPA needs to quit messing with the Tesla's time machine, right? I think this is not the B. Lol, that sounds like the B. It sounds like the B, but I think it's not the B. I'll just go to a veterinarian. Yeah, we're all animals. Too much wishful thinking on my part. Yeah, I know, Boosh, sorry. You guys are saying the B? You guys are saying the B? Guys, I think it's baiting us. I think it's baiting us, though. Not the B. We have 2 people saying it's the B. Come on, I need more people. I need more people saying that it's the B or not the B. I'm torn here. I'm leaning towards not the B. I think it's baiting us. I think it's bait. I think it's not the B. What do you guys think? Oh, man. I don't want to pick the wrong one. We already picked one wrong one. I wonder if I'll ever get a 10 out of 10. All right, I think it's, we got 3 people saying it's the B. Almost sounds like The Onion, lol, but it's believable. Man killed Fly story. Okay, well, a lot of people are saying B. Wrong. It was real. It was real. I knew it. French man blows up part of his house while chasing a fly. Oh my God. He generated quite the buzz. An elderly French man blew up part of his house while chasing a fly. The 82-year-old was sitting down to dinner Friday evening in the door in southwest France when the bug came buzzing. So he began swatting at it, an electric racket designed to kill insects, not realizing that a gas canister was leaking in his home. The reaction between the racket and the gas sparked an explosion, destroying the kitchen and part of the roof. Wow. Fortunately, the octogenarian sustained only slight burn to his hand. He's staying at a local campsite while his family repairs his house in the Porcal-Chenode village. I knew it was real. I knew it was real, guys. I remember hearing a story about that. Man, but yeah, he blew up part of his house. Wakanda removed from list of U.S. trade partners. All right, I already know the answer. I want to see what you guys think. What do you guys think? I already know the answer to this one. What do you guys think? Wakanda from Black Panther, the Wakanda the place, removed from list of U.S. trade partners. Oh, I know we've done this, Wiggum, but so for those of you that don't know, which one do you think it is? You got the B, not the B. We looked at this one before, didn't we? Yes, we've seen this one before. Not the B. Well, you may be surprised to find out that it was not the B. It was not the B. Wakanda was, in fact, removed from a list of U.S. trade partners, and the reason that they cited was because they were using it for some sort of testing. Like, it's something stupid like that. Like, you couldn't test with some other country that actually exists. You had to make up one. Anyway, they should have just used a different one. I don't know. Yeah, Shitty Gov. What? the Jerry Mouse. What? North Korean gymnast flees to South Korea by jumping fence. All right, we've seen this one before, too. I know the answer to this one. I'll give you guys a few seconds. What do you guys think? The B, not the B. The B, not the B. What do you guys think? At Bach, you ever get those salt guns and shoot flies? Oh, it's so fun. I love sitting out back just taking shots, taking pot shots. So what do you guys think? The B or not the B? I also know this one. I know, Wiggum. We'll probably have to start doing this every other week because we'll be seeing ones too often. Haha, Wakanda is where black girl magic comes from. That's amazing. The B? Shitty Gov says it's the B. He wasn't here last time, guys. Otherwise, he would know that it's not the B. Come on, load. What are you doing? It's not loading. Oh, no. It's not the B. It is not the B. There we go. Yep, it is not the B. He pole vaulted over the border. That was a true story. It is such a wild story, yeah. A new app helps you find token friend of color. That's the B, right? I hope that's the B. Holy ish, a good pole vaulter. Lol. He was an Olympic pole vaulter, dude. Olympic gymnast. All right, I think it's the B. I think new app helps you find token friend of color. I think this is the B, right? Who agrees? Who disagrees? The B. I was curious, so I shot my leg with the bug salt gun, and it left actual welts. Hurt for like an hour. The B. All right, yeah, everyone's saying the B. Yeah, okay, yeah, that one was the B. All right. EPT introduces pregnancy test for men. I feel like that's not the B. Has to be the B. The B. You guys think you guys think this one's the B? Not the B. I think this is not the B. Sadly, I think this is not the B. We got people saying B. B. Okay, well, I think the B's have it. All right, I think the B's have it. Oh, it was not the B. Or it was the B. Sorry, it was fake. It was not real. It was the B. It was not real. Good. Thank you. Faith in humanity slightly restored. All right, last one, guys. Make it count. Make it count. I want everyone participating on this one. Everyone participate. Straight white guy canceled for saying straight white guy is also getting canceled. Straight white guy canceled for saying straight white guy is also getting canceled. I feel like that's the B. The pregnancy test one, I say B. Yeah, that was the B, Boosh. All right, guys, we're on this one now. Straight white guy canceled for saying that straight white guy is also getting canceled. I think this is the B. I think this is the B. So what do you? So to clarify, Wiggum, the article is saying that a straight white guy got canceled for saying that there's straight white guys being canceled. Not the B. Not the B. Not the B. A lot of people saying not the B. Wow. You guys think it's not the B? The B seems to be on. See, that's what I'm leaning towards, Shitty Gov. I think it's the B, not the B. Everyone's saying not the. All right, I'm going with the wisdom of the crowd. I think it's the B. I think it's the B. It was not the B. Oh no. All right. Well, let's see the article. What happened here. Joe Rogan criticized, mocked after saying straight white men are silenced by woke culture. Oh, it's a Joe Rogan article. Straight white guy canceled for saying that straight white men are silenced by woke culture. I mean, All right, yeah, I guess that's fair. That's fair. All right, guys. Now here's the results. Where do we land? Ooh, we got 8 out of 10. We'll get 10 out of 10 someday, guys. We will get 10 out of 10 someday. All right. You answered 8 out of 10 questions correctly. That makes you a borderline genius. Look at that, guys. I always knew my audience was full of geniuses. I always knew you guys were full of geniuses. We'll get it someday. Maybe next Friday, maybe the Friday after that. We will get 10 out of 10 one of these days. We will get 10 out of 10. How do you cancel Joey Rogan? It'd be impossible. You have the same hair. I do have the same hair. Isn't it amazing? My hair is just so beautiful. Not B, yeah, we're screwed. Boosh, I think you got quite the delay on you today. You're answering in the chat way later. And then here, the results summary. It tells us which ones we got wrong. You chose the B, and that was real. Coronavirus spread. I chose the B, and it was not the B. Wow. Try again with new questions. No, not today. Not today. My back is killing me. What do I want to leave you guys with today? What song do you guys want today? What song do you guys want today? Pull up the playlist. All right, here's the options for songs we got today, guys, to end out the show. While you guys are deciding what song I play to end on, I'm going to find someone to raid out to. Let's see, who should I raid out to? We got Jeremy from the Quartering. Jeremy's live right now. Charlie Kirk, Thoughtcast. The Republic Boss. Illness V's live. I haven't raided out to the Quartering yet. So I kind of want to raid out to him just because he has raided to me a couple times. Yeah, I'm gonna raid out to Jeremy from the Quartering today. Just because. What do you guys say? Feathers falling. You teased us with it last time. Oh yeah, that's fair. That's fair. All right, I'm gonna give it to Son of Wiggum. Great show. You younger men are gonna get this country back. I sure hope so. My interweb is acting up today. Rock the Boat. Rock the Boat's a good one too. Rock the Boat's a good one. But you guys did ask for Feathers Falling yesterday, but it was more appropriate to play Shadows in the Capitol. So we're going to do Feathers Falling today. So you guys have a great rest of your day. I'll be back later with Joey. We're doing True's News, guys. True's News. Here, I want to show you guys, before we go, I actually want to show you guys the thumbnail that I made for Joey's show. Let's open this. Boom, boom. Look at that. Look at this beautiful thumbnail, guys. True's News with Joey and Tyler. You guys can check this out later. It's going to be entirely satirical. We're going to be making fun of, basically we're going to be making fun of Ancient Aliens, and we're going to just riff and go back and forth for as long as we can. You may have gotten a sneak peek last night, or maybe you watched the episode in Repo where we came up with this idea, but this is the thumbnail, and I really look forward to doing it. It's going to be absolutely hilarious. But with that, I will leave you guys with Feathers Falling, and I will send you guys over to Jeremy from the Quartering. You guys have a great rest of your day. Later.
Feathers fall, but the sky won't care. Red and blue banners in the same stale air. Truth's a shadow you can't hold. It slips like sand. It's bought and sold. Left wing, right wing, same old bird. Chirping lies that we've all heard. Flying circles, never higher. Two sides feeding the same fire. They preach in suits, they howl in ties. Behind the mask, the same disguise. Promises crumble like a brittle stone. The stage is packed, but we're alone. What's the cost of hope's decay when every side feels the same gray? Left wing, right wing, same old bird. Chirping lies that we've all heard. Flying circles, never higher. Two sides feeding the same fire. They draw the lines, we take the bait. We fight each other while they orchestrate a cage with bars we cannot see, built by their false dichotomy.